Hello, Hot Vibes, and welcome back to a recap of Revamp The Undead Story, Episode 8.
Yeah, we got. I'm glad this thing with Pokpong being brainwashed didn't last for too long, and they got him out, and he did eventually listen. You know,
Yeah.
like it wasn't too deep of a brainwashing.
Right, especially because it had just recently happened too, which makes sense that it wasn't years of him just working with the hunters. It's
Yeah,
it was only maybe a week or so, maybe less.
Yeah, maybe. Honestly, it could have been like a couple days.
Yeah, so we don't know. Yeah, but I do like that we kind of got that out of the way. Yeah, this was a good episode. This felt more like a very setup-y episode for specifically the next episode, but also I feel like the episode after that is gonna
it's gonna be the penultimate episode next, so it's definitely gonna set up some shit.
Well, I'm sure we're gonna finally get our backstory of what happened that night, the full thing.
I would love it, because we would have to, because if he goes inside and sees the memory, we'll probably see everything.
Right? Yes. But how was your week this week?
Well, my neck is spasming again.
Oh, great.
I have not. The only video I have filmed for next week is this one. I was gonna film other ones before this, but it just kept getting worse all morning, and I was like, what the fuck? And so I couldn't. And so I'm gonna do it after this, because I have to. Maybe I'll take a nap first, because ow. I'm trying to kill it so hard with muscle relaxers, it's not going well. It happened literally the day I got back home from Boston. I was like, why? What the fuck? So yeah, that sucks. Good. Me and Billy were in Boston. It was fun.
Oh yeah,
we went to BTS Movie Weeks.
That did happen this week.
That did happen this week. BTS Movie Weeks was really fun. Made some friends.
Yes.
And I'm going to the Twice concert with these friends. Woo!
Yeah. I am not. I do not know Twice. So I'm not.
That's okay. One day you will. I'll make you.
One day.
I'm going to day one. I got VIP GA VIP soundcheck. So I'm gonna be in the pit, on the floor, and if I get there early enough, right in front of the stage. Because it's standing room only. It's first come, first serve for where you get to stand. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna literally write Chaeyoung in Hangul on my face in the hopes that she notices me. I'm gonna write it in big pretty glitter. Be like, look at me, hi. If she smiles in my general direction, I'll pass out. So I'm very excited about that. And I got day 2 tickets as well, because when I got home from work that day, after buying the tickets for day 1 in the morning, I think it was Tasha who was like, why am I looking at day 2? Why am I tempted for day 2? And I was like, I'm kind of tempted for day 2, not gonna lie, that would be really fun. And she was like, yeah, the $70 ones or something, because we'll have already been a bit closer. And I was like, that's such a good idea. So the 4 of us, it was me, Tasha, Vanessa, and Libby, all were like, hey, let's go in on this. So why not? It's day 2 vibes. It's day 2. We've already been closer. Let's get $70 tickets way at the back. We're literally against the wall at the very tippy top of the arena. And I was like, that way we don't have to worry about anyone behind us being blocked from the view.
Right.
And we can vibe and have fun. So we're going day 2 as well. And it's gonna be fun. So I'm so excited. I have never done a day 1 and day 2, so this is gonna be crazy. I'll probably be exhausted, but I don't care. I'll wear sweatpants the second day or something. I don't even care. But I'm so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. Let's see. What else? I did my first escape room. We did the escape room. It was so much fun. Bro, we did not get it out in time, but I feel like they took pity on us because we were the last ones.
I feel like we were close enough where they were like, okay, they're going to get it eventually. So let's just extend the time by 10, 15 minutes.
They were like, we have no one else booked for the night.
Yeah, we were the last one, so it's it's fine.
Yeah.
We were definitely
But we did it. We pulled a lot of books, but we did it.
Yeah.
We did the books. I got a lot of food from the Asian market, which was great. I had a lot of boba that weekend. Awesome. Billy gave me my shiny Bulbasaur.
Yes, finally.
Yay! I got a lot of stuff from the Asian grocery, which is good. I went back the next day and got more, including it's over there, so I can't get it. I'm trying not to move up. No, I'm gonna move. It does nothing if I don't move. I also got grape Fanta.
Ooh, that's good.
I was gunning for grape juice so I could eat it with the grape gummies, but I could not find grape juice at the Asian market, so I went for grape Fanta.
Great fantasy.
So I had my grape juice and grape gummies for this episode.
Hey.
Which was fun. Oh, me and my best friend in California are seeing Wicked for Good together because it's out. It comes out on the 21st, but I'm gonna be in California from the 12th to the 19th of November, and for my friend's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And for the rest of that week, I'll be probably staying at my dad's or whatever, just being around. And so my friend was like, "Oh, when are you gonna be here?" I was like, "Oh, from 12th to 19th." And she was like, "Oh, damn, we're just missing Wicked by like this much." And I was like, "Wait, are you a Prime member? Because they have Prime member screenings for like the 17th." And she was like, "Oh my god, let me look." And so she did. So she went in and got the tickets. And I'm gonna Venmo her as soon as my card gets unlocked because someone thought it'd be fun to charge my card twice for $94.94. I don't know why that specific number twice. For EA games. The only thing I have for EA games is The Sims, and I haven't been on it in a year and a half. So I don't know who the fuck did that.
You need to shut the fuck up because the same thing happened to me.
Recently?
Literally this week. I got a call at work from my the fraud thing, and it's like, yeah, you spent like $94 on EA games. I'm like,
what the fuck?
Something happened when we were together that stole our cards.
Oh, we have to think about this.
What did we both?
Where did we?
What did
I used my credit card at the Asian grocery, so it wasn't that. It was something I didn't. It was something I used not my credit card for. We very well could have been scanned walking by. That could have happened. Someone could have beeped us or something.
Yeah.
Ow.
Well, shit. Okay,
That's
that was
so weird.
a twist.
It's good to know it wasn't just me then. I was like, did I use my card at the wrong spot? But then I looked and I was like, wait, no, I didn't. The only time I used it was to transfer money to Lillian on Venmo, and that's Venmo, so it's fine. And then Gongcha was through the app. And the only other place that I went through was Cafe Dark, and that was in the morning to get like caffeinated boba tea. Like, and you were not with me for that. No. So someone probably scanned us when we were walking by or something.
Yeah. Weird.
That's so weird. That's so weird that you went, wait, me too. Wait,
I was so shocked when you said EA games or whatever. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh shit, that happened to me too.
That's so weird. I tried to go yesterday. My boss told me to come in later. I didn't get a text until I got there, so I was like, okay, I'll go take a nap and try and nap off my neck again. But I left and I was like, I was gonna order food and it was like insufficient funds, and I was like, I don't think there are insufficient funds. And I went in there and I was like, there's insufficient funds. What the fuck happened? And so we were right next to the bank, so we drove over. It had closed 15 minutes before. I was like, fuck. So I had to call them, and they were like, you got to go in and get a new one. And they're like, that's not till Tuesday because they're closed Sunday. They're closed Monday for
holiday.
What, Columbus or something?
I don't know.
Yeah, something.
I've it all worked. That's all I know.
There you go. One of them. And so I have to go back on Tuesday to get a new card, and so they can finish up the dispute of, this was not me. Can I have the money back?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What the
That's crazy.
I gotta get like an RFID wallet instead of my little fabric one because it's supposed to protect from things like that. If you get a wallet that is like, that has the symbol on it that says RFID or something like that, it's supposed to be protection from scanners. So I need to look into getting one of those because I think that seems to be the most logical conclusion on what happened.
Yeah, honestly, I might too. One, my wallet's shit. I've had it since maybe high school, even middle school.
Mine's cute little paper thing.
And I would love a new wallet in general, but also after this, I would like that too because that's not.
Yeah. This is the second time I've changed my card in like 2 months. I'm like so annoyed. Now I have to change it on all my shit again.
I know.
It's really fucking annoying. Anyway, so that's fun. Me and Billy both got scammed by the same person. Woo! Twinsies. And then I went home, and then my neck problem started, and now I'm here, playing Fortnite, while I try and make it stop spasming. So that's gonna be fun. The video was hard to record. I was like, I kept doing this, and I'm like, sorry if you're seeing this, guys, but like, it's just gotta be how it is because it won't stop. So it'd be cool if sitting up helped, but no, it makes it worse, which is super fun, for me for the next couple days. Anyway, how was your week?
I mean, you talk about all the stuff we did, work mainly. Last night I went to a haunted house again with my friend, and it's like Barrett's Haunted Mansion, and yeah, we went last year, and we've gone a couple years, and we went this year, and most of the experience there is waiting in line. It's like waiting in line for like 2 or 3 hours.
I'll bet. I know
It's
that
like
from Halloween
packed.
Hornets.
It's like
Yeah.
But about a quarter of the way through the line, my friend was friends with someone who was in the show or whatever, or like one of the the people who like dress up and walk around in like costumes or whatever.
Me.
Yeah.
I did that a few years ago.
And she pulled us out of the line and brought us to the front.
Really?
Which saved us like a good 2 hours of waiting in line, which was like great.
Damn, bro. I would not have been able to do that. I would have seen you in line and go, damn, that sucks. I gotta go in there or I'm gonna get in trouble. Bye. I would have been so much trouble if I pulled you up.
Yeah. Well, officially, it's because that my friend is the quote unquote niece of that person. So maybe it's like a family. I don't know how it works.
Could be.
But that was the thing, and so that was great. That saved us a lot of time. And then when I got home, I had to wait in our car for a couple minutes because there were 2 coyotes walking down my street, like literally like right to the house next door to me. And I was just watching them. I'm like, I'm gonna wait till they like leave and like before I get out. And they did, and they walked down the street. And we're like, okay, we're good. Anyway, Revamp The Undead Story, episode 8.
Yay!
We start off in a flashback with Feratu.
Literally, it's so funny because like before I went into the episode, I was like, oh my gosh, Dunk is an evil vampire. That's crazy. That's what happened last time. And then we went into it and I was like, oh my god, look at this. And I'm like, why am I acting shocked? Like I knew he was coming, but like seeing his face is different.
I was so happy to see him. I was like, oh my god, there he is.
Like, hey bestie, how you doing?
And so he's on his knees in front of like a bunch of vampires and stuff. They're out in the woods. And he's like, begging Ramil. He's like, I'm your brother. You're not allowed to do this to me. Because apparently, Ramil says, he killed a senior vampire on the council.
It's like, bro. And he's all like, oh, why don't you make me leader if you don't want it? I feel like the leader qualifications kind of go out the window if you kill a senior vampire. I think that's a very, very, very obvious big no on your forehead for who they're picking. Like,
right. Well, Methus is there, and he chimes in. He's like, Ramil is the rightful heir to the previous leader.
Yeah.
And he will be the next leader of Joe Noel. And Feratu kind of says, like, that's not your business, servant. Like, shut up. Which, I'm like, holy shit, he's such an asshole.
What a bitch.
I kind of love it, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's because you gravitate towards the evil ones.
Listen, I know. It happens. Then Meth is like, well, if someone's plotting against my master, then it does become my business.
Yeah.
Because I'm his loyal servant, which, he owns, but...
Yeah, at least he owns it.
And then Feratu's like, look, if you don't want to be a leader, just give it to me. Give the title to me. That'll be okay.
No, it wouldn't. You go around killing people like that? No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, and Ramil's like, no, you can't do that. And then Feratu brings up, he's like, look, you say you don't want the power and you don't want to rule Joe Noel, but you do. I bet you made a wish to Satan for our father to die quickly. And I said my reaction, is Satan an actual person? Or are they just like talking about the deity? Because in this show, I don't know.
See, here's the thing. I like to posit the belief that Satan / Lucifer is real. However, he's not currently Earth dwelling. He maybe was like a real figure that they know was from a long time ago or some shit. But they know he's real because they've seen Lilith. And she talks about him or something like that. Because if she's real, I'm betting Lucifer's real.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Because we know we have Lilith in the show. We have Feratu, who may or may not be related to Nosferatu in any way, shape, or form. We have like I'm just saying, like maybe Satan's an actual person who could like have made it happen. I don't know.
Let me see. I don't remember fully what the lore here is. Let me do a little googling.
Okay, you do that. I'll keep talking about the scene. Because Ramil grabs Feratu by the throat, and he's like, I've always thought of you as my real brother, despite the fact we have different mothers. That's again meaning to have the same father. And Ramil says, but because of your endless greed and the way you kill people just for thinking differently, I've come to realize you don't deserve to be here.
So it doesn't like 100% confirm it, obviously, because it's like the Bible's all like hearsay.
Right.
So it says Lilith is not mentioned as Satan's wife in canonical religious texts, but in later folklore, she is sometimes portrayed as his consort or daughter of wrath. According to these traditions, Lilith was originally Adam's first wife, but we're back to the fucking Adam and Eve shit. Oh, here comes the snake, who refused to be...
Okay, so wait, so now Adam fucked Lilith?
Because it's in later folklore. It's not in canonical religious text. So it's like someone coming up with like possible story. It's like fan fiction for religion.
Okay.
But Lilith, yes, Adam and Eve were the first humans. Lilith was like, she's the mother of demons, but she's not like, I feel like she's not human either.
Plot twist.
No, that was definitely
I'm just saying that would be a plot twist.
She refused to be subservient and was cast out of Eden, subsequently becoming a demon, there you go, and having demonic children with various figures, sometimes identified as Satan. The idea of her being a consort to Satan became popular in modern occult and fantasy traditions. So, basically, there are some folklore of religious texts, not the religious texts themselves, that say that the actual first human woman, in quotes, was Lilith. However, when she refused to bow to Adam or to be subservient to him or to do whatever God said, she was cast out and became a demon. She was cast out to the underworld, became a demon, and then had various kids with Satan. And they became demons. So those are all the demons we know and love. Okay. Those are all the demons. Their mother is Lilith, who technically fucked Satan. So if she's real, then I'm inclined to believe that Satan is as well.
Yeah.
He's just not hanging out here.
Right. I don't think we're ever gonna meet Satan in the show. I
feel like we won't.
I don't think we will, but I just said that, I mainly said that as a joke because I was very curious, because, we had fucking Lilith, the mother of demons, so it could happen. But then Ramil adds that, but still, for our father's sake, I won't kill you. And did you clock Methus being like, but master, like almost like not liking this idea and wanting Ramil to kill Feratu?
Yeah.
So I have two thoughts.
Okay.
One is that Methus may have been the one to either manipulate Feratu into killing the council, or was the one who did it himself and framed Feratu in some way, shape, or form, and he's actually the twist villain, like we talked about earlier. Or it's gonna be like one of those things where maybe in the future, if like, Ramil and Feratu do face off, and Ramil decides not to kill Feratu again, Methus might step in and do it himself.
Yeah.
And I think Ramil might not like that. And it might be like almost parallel to Methus's origin of like him being a prince and being betrayed by his loyal servant. And now that he's a loyal servant, he might end up betraying his master. I have no idea. But this is just me spitballing here.
I do. I like both of your theories. It would be really awesome if he was the twist villain, but when you said the second one, I was like, actually, wait, that sounds like very interesting, because he may not have with his backstory of like his best friend betraying him or his closest confidant betraying him, he probably is like inside, like in himself, he's probably like, if he was still here, I would kill him. But like like he's not, so like be a servant to my master, whatever, that's it. And so when Ramil's brother comes along and betrays him by killing another vampire and is a dick, he's like, why the fuck aren't you killing him? Like he betrayed you. Like I know what that feels like. Why aren't you killing him? So maybe it might be coming through his trauma that he's seeing it that way.
Maybe. Yes, maybe something like that. And then Ramil banishes Feratu from Greenmoor and tells him to leave and never come back.
And he does it with his mind control powers, so he can mind control vampires too.
I guess so. Also,
there's a mark.
There's a mark on his neck.
Said as a scar.
I saw a lot of people on Twitter joking that was a hickey from June, but
oh yeah, for sure. Like I saw that and went hickey, and then I was like, no, he said it's a scar. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Did you notice Feratu did not have a necklace?
Ah.
Which means Feratu didn't fight back at all. What if the necklaces are the source of their power?
And when it was taken off,
they took it off him before this whole like banishment ceremony. And Maybe that's how he was able to mind control him too. Maybe it's like, you know, protects him from the, I don't know. And now I'm just spitballing here. But I did notice, I'm like, wait,
no,
everyone from every pureblood has a necklace. He was not wearing one. He must have had one at some point, unless they don't think of him as a pureblood because his mother was different or whatever. I don't know. But like, maybe we'll get into that. But I did notice that. I'm like, maybe it's the source of his power, and that's why he didn't fight back. I don't know.
I like it. I vibe with it.
That's why he was telling Jenda hunters to take all their necklaces, because when he has them all, he'll have all the power.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Red necklaces. I don't know what to call it.
Oh, the world. Red necklaces.
So then back in present day, we're back to looking at the picture. And Methus asks Punn what he remembers from Feratu. And he says he doesn't remember anything and doesn't even remember him having a scar. Which makes me think that Feratu might also have the mind control powers as well.
Yes, we were theorizing that. He could have definitely erased that from his memory.
Yes.
He could have erased most of his... That's what I'm saying. Like, I said that in my reaction. I was like... He said, why don't you go into my memory? Like, later on, he says, go into my memory and look for him, see his face. And I'm like, I don't even know if that would work. Because it feels like... I don't even know, like... You don't remember it, obviously, maybe because of trauma. But it almost kind of feels like he edited himself out of your memory.
Well, I think... Well, here's it. I don't think you can actually erase someone's mind completely. Like, in real life and, like, in the show, too. I think it's more so... Like, you make them forget. But it's still there. It's somewhere in there. You just need to find it. And if Ramil goes in, like we see at the end, he needs to look and probably scrounge around and, like, you know, find it under the desk or whatever and find that memory. But I don't think you can actually, like, just completely take it and, like, get rid of it for good.
Yeah. Eventually there's something that will make you remember, I feel.
So then later we have Ramil and Methus talking. And they're like, if Feratu really is a priest, this is bad. And Methus is like, we need to figure out if the priest at the orphanage is him, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And it's where Methus is the one who brings up the idea of Ramil going into Punn's mind to look for Feratu. And again, interesting that Methus is the one who brings this up.
Yeah.
This is the most I've ever been on Methus might be a twist villain arc ever. Because it's very weird that he's, like, doing, I don't know. I'm very into this.
He is the one who's doing all of the, I didn't even peep that. He is the one doing all the investigating. Every once in a while in this episode, he'll pop in and go, I also found this, and I also found this, and I also found, like, I'm like, why are you doing all the investigating by yourself?
It's almost like there's
why is no one else looking?
Feratu knows that he doesn't want him to reveal. Like, it's almost like he's trying to find all the stuff on Feratu and get Ramil to kill him to keep something a secret or some secrets buried or do something. I don't know. We might be freaking out here and spitballing and jumping to conclusions.
Hey, you never know. It could work, because what if he, what if he didn't kill that senior vampire? What if Methus did? And like, I don't even know how that would work, but, like, what if Methus has mind control powers and and no one else knows it? That would be interesting. And you could have erased his memory and been like, you're the one who killed him.
Oh, you're thinking of that? Oh, I thought it was more just like
I don't know, but, like, somehow that's just a theory to add to a theory. But, like, somehow,
right,
the blame was placed on Feratu. What if somehow the blame was placed on Feratu, and he was not the one who killed the senior vampire? It was Methus, and now he's trying to track him down and make sure that all of the clues and footprints lead to Feratu as being the one who did everything. We know that... Wait, okay.
We know nothing.
We know nothing. This is literally spitballing. However, I was going to say we know that it's Dunk that attacked the orphanage because of the ear. However, this also lends to the theory, what if Methus has mind control powers? What if he made everyone think that there was a freckle behind his ear? Sounds stupid, I know. But
no. Okay. I don't think it's going to be based off the freckle. I really don't. But I do think you're right about maybe him thinking it was Feratu.
Yes.
I could
see that. But, like, his freckle was there, so then for us, like, we figured out the freckle, so, like, it had to have been him at the orphanage, unless Methus is fucking with Punn's memory, unknowingly.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't even know if he has mind control. He's also the one that told Punn that Ramil was the only one with mind control powers. He said the 4 powers.
Yeah, he was one who was like with the most. It makes him the most powerful.
Yeah. Wait, why am I sussing him now? See, I said like a couple of episodes ago.
You were originally sussing him.
Originally, I was like, I wasn't like sussing him. I was just like, I feel like he's just there. He's not really doing much except for following him around. And then now he's doing a bunch of stuff, but the bunch of stuff that he's doing is sus. It's like in Among Us when like someone is like following you like consistently and they're not leaving you alone. It's like I don't know. Can you back off? Yeah. Like something weird is happening here. And if it's not a plot twist, then we're gonna be fucked over like the next person again.
Well, no, because here's the thing. I still think just Feratu being the villain is fine. Like, I'm still down for that. I'm still here for this.
I'm still down for that, yeah.
I think we're just really overthinking this because we overthink everything, and I think it's important to note to maybe reel it back and be like, it'd be cool if this happens, but if not, it's still fine too. Like, we still have Feratu as this big villain who's still in the hospital bed, who's still gonna... Maybe. I don't know.
He's old and got wrinkly hands. Maybe.
Again, he got old because he lost his power because the necklace was gone. I think. I don't know.
Another thing in the maybe Methus is hiding something category. He did mention that Feratu is alive. However, did he mention that he's being kept at the orphanage on bed rest? Do they know where he is? Has he told them where he is? Because I feel like if he did, I was wondering throughout this whole episode, I'm like, well, why don't we just go to the fucking orphanage and see him? He's like, yes, under bed rest, and there's nuns guarding them, but I feel like we could get in and look.
Well, okay, so the nun in the last episode told Methus that Father Dracul is under bed rest.
Yes.
So Methus knows that.
Yes. So why don't the others? Why didn't he relay that information?
Did he not? In the previous episode?
No, he just said he's alive. I swear to God, he just said he's alive. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know.
I forget what happened in the last scene of the previous episode before the dunk reveal. It's like he talks about him being like alive or something, and then I just assumed they talk about him being, I don't know. Well, we see at the end of this episode, in the end credit scene, that he's trying to find out where he's located. Because I don't think it's in the orphanage. I think it's somewhere else, maybe.
No, it is in the orphanage or the church or whatever.
Oh,
because
I thought it was like a secret hospital.
No, I remember seeing Jet outside and when he was following the nun to a secondary building right next to the glass-stained windows.
It is possible he might not know. Like again, he could not know that he's in the orphanage or wherever. Like that's possible too.
He knows he's there because I swear to God the nun said. I swear the nun said.
Wait, but they talk about him being bedridden later in this episode.
Do they?
Because I specifically remember me saying, then find the bed he's ridden in, and realizing that sounded so bad. And I remember. He says it later in this episode.
He's being cared for here by Sister Teresa.
Okay, so he
knows he's there.
But then why does he go through all the trouble to get the info from Elise? Unless he's gonna burn it. I don't know.
See, that's what he's unconscious, and Methus goes, "Is that so?" So like, I feel like we'll see like when we get to that point if what he said or if any of them said anything about him being bedridden. Like
they definitely say the word bedridden. I do remember that, but I thought it was Meccan who said that for some reason, not Methus. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get there.
It's just if he doesn't, then why the fuck hasn't he told them that he's being held at the orphanage because he can't leave he's being cared for at the orphanage? Why are they all just going, well, what do? I'm like, what? We have to find a picture of him from the now. Okay, well then go the fuck to the orphanage and look at him.
I think they want to check to see, because like we know that Dracul or whoever in the bed is old with old man hand.
Yeah.
It's possible Methus wants to make sure it was him by Ramil going into the memory and seeing that for sure that they connect, because they don't want to jump to a conclusion and like kill a man in a hospital bed if he's actually not Dracula or whatever, or Feratu.
I mean, I wouldn't going that far. I was gonna say just sneak in and take a peek at him.
I mean, Methus wanted him dead in the flashback. Why wouldn't he want him dead now?
That brings it back to Methus again. See, we're going in a circle.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, let's move on and put it out for later, maybe.
Jesus.
Anyway, Ramil says no. He doesn't want to use his powers on Punn. And Methus calls him down bad. And Ramil has no idea what that means. And he has to explain it to him.
He's like, you're smitten. I'm like, yeah, smitten, simped, down bad, all of the three. You are all of the above.
Yes. So then, next day, Methus meets up with Elise.
Yes.
Do we ship?
Nah, I wasn't thinking that.
Here's the thing. I was like, oh, it's weird that last time they were like aiming like arrows and like knives and trying to kill each other, and now they're here just casually meeting up in public. And I'm like, that's a bit weird.
This is what I was noticing in this moment was, okay, Elise is kind of turning a corner because she's not trying to kill him immediately right now. And then I noticed it later when Ramil's in the building and she's not pulling out her knives immediately. You can tell she's turning a corner. And it's in this scene especially because the seed of doubt has now been planted in her head that Jet is just an all good person and that nothing he does can be any wrong. Like now she's like, oh, I
don't know about that. Yeah, no. That's what I was thinking too. But it's also the fact they meet up later, too, where I'm like, they keep it seems to always be these two that keep meeting up and, like, exchanging info with each other about each other's, like, plan.
I haven't noticed as much, but I think I just was always like, oh, it's because they kind of started out that way, because he was, like, the art guy with the picture.
Yeah. So, it's something to keep an eye out, because I got a comment on my reaction that someone was like, is this kind of ship too? And I was like, maybe. So,
I'll keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, I'll keep an eye.
If Methus isn't a twist villain, we have a second option.
Yes.
If he ends up a twist villain, Elise might die. So
we can't have one person going drastically evil and one person going drastically good. Like and then it's we're too.
That's a ship right there.
Yeah, honestly, that is a ship right there, isn't it? That's like the ship.
It might be. So Methus explains everything about going to the orphanage, showing him a picture of Father Dracul, which she recognizes.
Yeah, okay.
And he's like, he's still alive. And she's like, no, it was only the three of us survivors. And he's like, that's not true. And she's like, if anyone knows where he is, it would probably be Jet. And he asked for her help to investigate.
That's the thing. That's the doubt that's going to be put in her mind. Because it's like, if he was alive, then like Jet would know about it. It is like, exactly. And I'm like, exactly. Like, he's literally the one who knows he's alive. And he has not told you anything, which means he's lying to you. How much else do you want to bet he's lying to you? That's what's going through her mind right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This was like the Elise redemption so far episode.
I told you it was good luck to put her in to put her in the tier list. I moved her up for good luck. I moved her up for the premonition that she was going to do good.
I moved her up because I saw her. It worked. This episode. Anyway, then Meccan shows up at Kiar's little place, and he says, why didn't he choose a parrot, a flamingo, or some other nice bird? Instead, he chose the creepy crow or whatever.
I bring this up in my reaction. I don't find them that bad.
Well, I said this in my reaction. So he got to pick what bird he turned into? Maybe. That's why, because, and someone pointed this out, like commented on my reaction too. The only thing we haven't seen Ramil do is transform. So what's his like bird or animal or whatever?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I wonder if we'll see that.
My thought, I was just going on about how they're a misunderstood bird.
Oh.
I was like, why is everyone so down on crows? Everybody's down on, my mom's down on crows, like everybody. I'm just like, it's just a bird. What's the issue? It's a bird.
I went off how if I had to pick a bird to be, I'd probably be an eagle or a falcon. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom likes seeing hawks. She like always
hawks another good one. One of the like big birds that like could kill you. That's why I'd be.
If I had to be a bird specifically, I don't know what bird I'd be. I feel like I'd be one of them tiny birds, like cute little blue jay or something. I feel like a tiny bird.
Okay. Anyway, so Meccan enters and talks to Kiar. He's like, "Why are you planning to attack the hunters?" And Mekan says, I'm here to try to change your mind. It's not worth getting people hurt or killed. And Kiara's like, are you just going to let the humans kill us so easily? And he's like, I'm not a coward like your master. And Mekan's like, look, just talk to Ramil and tell him you're going to do this, because you can do whatever you want, but don't do it alone.
Yeah.
And Kiara's kind of mad. He's like, you know Master never trusted me. He doesn't even know I disappeared. And Mekan's like, he's worried about you, and so am I.
I swear he knows.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, they all care about you. You need to get past your own issues. And, like, I feel like he's stuck in the past. Him and Jet both, I've noticed, are stuck in whatever has happened in the past. And they're pushing it on everyone in the future now. And I'm like, you just need to work past this and open yourself up to people. That's what's stopping you from, like, connecting, for one. And stopping you from being nice to Punn. Because he's literally done jack shit to deserve this. No, but he was a hunter before, yes.
I was going to say.
When he started hanging out with them, he was like, well, I'm done. Like, immediately. And Kiara's still bitching about him. He's not evil anymore. Kiara, what the fuck? Like, it's
well, Kiara brings up a point where he's like, well, that kid you've been hanging out with at the mini-mart is also a hunter too. Because apparently you've been hanging out with them.
Yeah.
And
oh, dear.
So now I'm in Kiara's perspective, the two humans that his vampire brethren hang out with both turn out to be hunters.
Oh.
Which I think is really preventing him from trying to make friends with humans, I will say.
I see that. Yeah, I guess I see that.
Like, in his defense, I did see that, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, he makes points, but...
He makes points, but I need the points to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The points are pissing me off.
The points are pointing, though.
The points are pointing, but it doesn't mean they're annoying fucking points.
But they are pointing. Anyway, then Ramil and Punn are having breakfast or something. And Punn's stressed, because he's like, if your brother really is Father Dracul, then he's the one behind everything. And Ramil's like, don't worry about that, let's eat. Here, eat food.
Eat food, eat the food.
And Punn's like, I can tell you're stressed too. And he's like, how? And Punn's like, well, I can read your mind. And he's like, then do you know what I'm thinking of right now? And he's like, you want to win the claw machine to get another doll, don't you? And he's like, yeah, I do!
How'd you know that? For half a second, when he was like, like when he was thinking about something, I was like, wait, did you actually read his mind? Is this a new power? Like that, like when you love someone, you put your powers on them? No, I don't think that is.
Well, no, I said it is foreshadowing for if Ramil turns Punn gets the mind control power, like I've been talking about.
That would be that, yeah, because the others got the other powers.
That's what I've been saying. If he turns Punn, he's gonna get that power. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Mark my words.
Mark my words.
Anyway, then Punn's like, wait a minute, mind control. You can go in my head and see if Father Dracul is really your brother. And this is where Ramil is kind of like, look, I can use my power to control people's minds, but I can't see their past memories. Punn's kind of like, if you can enter people's mind, then you should be able to see everything.
Yes, but like brings me back to my point of, if you can't see it, how could I see it? Like it begs the question: if you forget something, can you go into your mind if you're able to and retrieve it, or is it because it's forgotten? It's gonna be hard to retrieve.
Well, I do think it's gonna be hard to retrieve. That's why he's so stressed about this, because I think maybe just being in someone's mind for so long might be bad on everyone. Both Ramil and Punn involved.
Yeah.
Like, I think Ramil knows that this is extremely risky, which is why he's so against it. Like, which, I mean, makes sense. And also, just a writing note, not really note of praise, really. The fact that we twisted it to where Punn's now begging him to use his power and Ramil's not doing it.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
It's so good, because it also makes 100% sense now. Like, it's like...
It does.
It's such a fun little twist. I just want to point that out.
It's not like for nothing. It's not like, oh, you can read it now. It's not like for nothing. It's for like a reason, like, because I want to make sure that you get answers and that we both get answers, and that this whole thing is safer. This life is safer for us to live again. you can read my mind. Like, because he trusts him. He trusts him implicitly. And so if it's for something like this, he's like, absolutely, go ahead. I trust you. I trust you to not let anything happen to me.
Right.
And it's like, oh, it's so good. Also, that's what I thought for originally. It kind of is like that too. I thought originally that he was saying, no, I'm not going to read your mind, because he was still honoring his past wish for him to not read his mind.
Well, that
like
too.
I figured it was gonna be that. It still is that kind of, but it's more like, if I do this specific reading of mind, you could die.
Yeah.
But like, also I was like, oh, is he like not reading his mind because he's like, but you didn't want me to before, and I don't want you to now just for me. Like I was like about to cry.
Well, I do think it's a little bit of both, of him like trying to obey his promise to Punn, but also the fact that he knows it's dangerous and Punn could get hurt or worse.
Yeah, exactly.
So then Mecken comes in and talks to Ramil and tells him about Kiara leading the charge, and also the fact that Pong joined the Hunters. And we see that Punn just ran home and is looking for something, trying to get in contact with Pong. But then
I was wondering if he'd heard them, but no, he didn't. No. He left before it happened.
But then he finds a business card from Jet on the ground. He's like, oh,
Connected dots.
Shit.
Yup.
And as Punn leaves, Ramil's there, and they're like, Pong's in trouble, and they both go to Orion, where Ramil mind controls everyone to fall asleep.
Easy enough to get in, apparently. Like, bro, they don't even have. I feel like at that point you would have protection against shit like that. Like,
well, they have the weapon, the gun that could hurt him.
They do. I was wondering if they would also like implement like Magneto-style helmets or some shit, like or Professor X-style helmets to make sure that you know Magneto can't get into his mind.
But remember that I think the last episode where Jet realized he had mind control powers, like it was very recent, so they haven't had time to build a technology to prevent that. I think.
Fair enough.
If they can, I don't even know if they can or not.
I love how OP he is though. He like walks in and they're like, get the vampire out of here, and he's just like, boop, and they like just fall right down. Good night.
So then Elise comes in and she's like, what's going on here? And Punn is at first mad at her, thinking she knows, but she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, Pong has joined the Hunters. And so later she does call, I think Castor or Paul or whichever one, and says like, they don't answer, but she does sit down with him and she's like, look, from what they've been saying, I think that Pong really is here as a hunter.
Yeah. She's like, they keep joking about shit, and I'm like, oh, this is what you're talking about. Like, this was the other point where I'm like, okay, she's already definitely turning a corner, because she's not trying to kill Ramil right now. She has the very big opportunity to take out the last vampire that they have been trying to take out this entire time, even though he could probably stop her pretty easily. She has that opportunity, but she's not doing it. Because she's like, this is not a you guys are here to kill me moment. This is a your brother's in danger moment. And I'd rather help you with that than use anger or hate in this situation. To take my revenge or some shit.
And I will say, she does talk about how she had no idea. And if she had known, she wouldn't have let them take your brother.
Yeah.
Which I do.
I 100% believe her. Yeah.
Anyway, Elise assures Punn that she will bring his brother back to him. And we see that Punn is staring at his phone, waiting for Elise to call. And Ramil's like, don't worry, she'll call when
don't these things make noise? It's like, these things make noise, right? They make noise when she'll call you, okay?
Yeah. And then he gives him a steam bomb.
Deep breaths. Steam bomb.
Go back on that. Punn says that Elise is like a big sister to him, and that he's just worried. And Ramil says, well, I'm sure your real big sister will bring back your real little brother.
Yes. Even though it's like 2 episodes ago, she was still hell-bent on killing them. He's like, she's your family, and she'll bring back your other family. And I'm like, that's such a nice, like, Ramil's just, like, putting everything that, like, she was going at him for behind him, because he can see that. And he could also read her mind if he wanted to. He probably has been. He's like, no, she's being...
Her knows what it was. Like, he did, though.
That's a very good point. Okay. Well, point is, that means more, actually. That he trusts her from enough point that he's not, like, I don't know, she was trying to get me before, but, like, let's hope she does a good thing this time. He's like, she is your family too, and she will bring back your other family. And he's doing that to reassure him, I know, but it still means a lot that he's putting that trust in her.
Yeah, I do also think partially because he knows that she's the only one who can get his brother back right now. And so he
Exactly.
kind of has to trust her.
She's the only one that he's noticed that she's the only one that they didn't tell, like at all. So it's like they must have not told her for a reason, which means we can trust her on this because they didn't trust her on it.
Yeah. So then we see that Kiara is rallying his troops, and then Mekin comes in, and he's like, "Look, I'm not just gonna sit back and watch you do this.
Yeah, you gotta stop, bro."
Yeah, and Kiara's like, "What? So you want me to sit back and just watch those humans attack us again?" And Mekin says, "I'm coming with you."
Yeah, because now that Pokpong's involved, he's like, I gotta make sure he's okay.
And did you notice Kiara's expression after he said that?
No, wait.
There's
what?
like a brief moment of like Kiara had like a worried look on his face, but then quickly brushes off and is like, "Fine, if you're gonna come, you're hunting. Don't heal anyone." And he quickly puts on that facade again.
Yeah, he does. He does have a look on his face. I see what you mean.
Yeah, which I feel like it's worry because he doesn't want Mekin to get hurt.
Yeah,
because he does still
and
see them
Mekin
as
is
his
like the
brothers.
good, pure. He's the good, pure, non-violent one.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh shit, this is not gonna go well for you.
And the last time he was in a fight, he healed someone who then stabbed him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I do think he's worried for
that's what
Mekin.
He's probably like, don't fucking heal anybody because then you'll die again.
Yeah,
like,
which I mean, fair.
Fair.
But also, and this is a real real fucked up theory that I don't think this is the case or what they're going for. But it's another thought I had that I do want to put out there.
I can feel it.
Do we think that Kiara is purposely going on a suicide mission? So he dies. Because he knows that Ramil has chosen Punn and not him. And it's kind of like a...
Would he?
I don't know, but that's the thing. It's almost like a... I think deep down, Kiara does know that Punn isn't bad anymore. And he's not a hunter, and he knows he's with them. And I think it's kind of like a... He's just mad that he lost, and, you know, Ramil didn't choose him. And him just going on, he's like, let's go fight hunters, fight hunters, fight hunters. I think a part of him maybe is hoping he doesn't come back from that. That's an extreme theory. I don't think that's really happening, but it's something I thought of, and I just want to say it.
I feel like, and I'll bring this back because I said it in last week's, I think, but I feel like he's been, it's just the fact that he's been in one space for so long of him being the leader of this like cult that he doesn't see, he's been inside these walls this whole time. The only time he goes anywhere is when he flies his bird places or when he himself goes places, but he's never really interacted with humans in a positive way ever. And I think that's part of the problem is like he needs experience. He needs outside human experience because anytime he sees a human at all, he goes, "You're dangerous. I'm not fucking with you." Which fair, he's traumatized. Right. But I don't know if he'd go so far as to be. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. That was just a thought I had. Again, just spitballing here. In case I'm right, I just want to put it out there.
Just in case.
Anyway, then we see that Pokpong is training with a gun. And Jet's there watching him train. And he's like, "Oh, you're getting better." And he's like, "Yeah, well, I have to get ready because you said that they could attack any time." And Pokpong asks Jet why he's doing this. And Jet says, "They hurt the people I love, just like they're hurting the person you love."
His friends at the orphanage? Like, who are we talking
about?
Well,
I do think the entire orphanage. Maybe Father got cool if he doesn't realize he's the...
Yeah, that he's
Feratu.
Or my super cool, duper cool theory, that he's shapeshifted into Jet.
Okay, yeah, I remember you said that.
Hey, there's some weight, right? There's a little teeny weight.
But I've realized a flaw with that.
Oh,
how did he end up as a picture on the newspaper if he's actually a vampire?
Shit.
That I really have to have. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
What if?
Oh, okay, what if?
Because there's also the age thing, which you brought up last time. You're like, how did he age then? I'm like, okay, that's a good point. Here's this. Okay, how about this? What if Jet was Jet and he didn't kill him that night?
Okay.
and he created the Hunter organization with Elise and Punn. They started doing all that shit, and then it wasn't until not even recently, but like maybe a year or two ago, that he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna infiltrate." Thank you. Again, just in case I'm right, throwing it out there.
Sure. Okay. Sure. I mean, here's the thing. In a show of vampires and with magic powers and shit, I'm not gonna say no to anything, really.
Yeah, you never know. There could be fucking unicorns in the next episode. We don't know.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy it.
I don't know.
I'm so down.
But, so I'm not gonna say no to anything. I'll keep an open mind to that. Do I think it's gonna happen? Probably not,
No.
but I'm not closing the door.
I doubt it too. I doubt it too, but wouldn't it be interesting?
It would be. But but honestly, I still really like the idea that Feratu is just using Jet as a pawn this whole time. I like that as like a because if when Jet finds that out, if he doesn't die afterwards, if he finds out and he's like, oh my god, I wasted my whole life as like a fucking pawn for this vampire who I've been trying to kill all of them, and I was actually just his pawn, like he would feel so stupid and like have like a complete breakdown, and I think it'd be fun to see.
It would be fun to see. I'm down.
So that's more.
He'd be like, I was promising vengeance for the bitch that killed everybody. Like what?
Who bit me? Drank my blood.
Who bit me? He bit me. He killed everybody, and I've been coming here going, don't worry, I'll kill the guy that banished you because you killed someone in the past. Like, don't worry, I'll kill him. Like, it's like, bro, imagine his whole life will be a lie.
Yeah. So then Paul gets a phone call and he's talking to Elise. And he's like, oh, you found out about Papong? What the caster told you? Because now he owes me, like, food or whatever. Like, he's very much playing light of the situation, which clearly shows how little he really cares about Papong.
Literally, he started laughing. And he was like, oh, shit, who accidentally told you? And I'm like, why are you fucking laughing? Like, this is not funny. I was like, if I could move him further down in my tier list, I fucking would. But he's already second to last, and Jed is already at the bottom. I can't do it anymore. I can't put him any lower. I want to put another tier in there. I'm going to put another tier in there.
Well, don't do that. That's going to confuse everything.
I want to put another tier to just be like, that just is this bitch. He gets his own special bitch tier. I don't know. I'll work it out later.
Anyway, but then he sees vampires coming. It's Kiar and his group, and just like, get ready. And we all get ready. We all start fighting.
Yep.
Someone, I think, bites Popong's like wrist or something.
Yeah, is he okay? Like, does biting turn any? That's zombies more.
No, yeah, I feel like with vampire bite. Okay, so from what I know from my vampire knowledge is that you can bite someone and they'll still be fine if they don't, drink all their blood or whatever.
Yeah.
But if they bite you and drink your blood, and then I think you drink their blood, and it's like an exchange of blood mixing, then they become a vampire.
Yes, because if I pull from my Vampire Diaries knowledge, it's a vampire feeds on you, and then
you feed on them to turn you.
No.
Oh.
No. Oh, wait, no, that's not right. I'm trying to remember my Vampire Diaries knowledge. You have to have vampire blood in your system when you die. That was what it is. So you have to have drank vampire blood. So, like, when someone's on the verge of death in Vampire Diaries, they go, I'm sorry, you have to do this. And they'll, like, bite into their hand, give it to them, be like, feed on this, and then they'll die. And they'll come back. And then within 24 hours, I think, they have to feed on a human. I don't think they can feed on a rabbit. Or or an animal or anything like that. You have to feed on a human within 24 hours or you die. Your body doesn't adapt to being a vampire and you die. I think that's the Vampire Diaries lore. So it's you do have to. I feel like in a lot of vampire lore, you have to have vampire blood in your system.
Yeah,
at some point.
It's almost like exchanging the blood, where it's like the vampire drinks your blood, you drink vampire blood, and then it kind of like kickstarts the vampire-ness, I guess. I don't know.
Kickstart.
Sure. We actually don't know how they turn it in the show, because the show obviously like kind of like doesn't follow all the rules with vampires.
Exactly. So we don't know the turning lore. I would love to know the turning lore.
I would love. I don't know if we'll get this, but I would love a flashback of seeing Ramil turn all three of the vampire brethren.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that would be fun to see. Like, I mean, we obviously heard the story, but I would love to just see it play out as well.
Yeah. there's a episode in each season of The Last of Us where, I don't know if in the second season it's a DLC, but in the first season it is. They one of the episodes, the second to last one I think, is the DLC from the first game, which is like a flashback, an entire flashback to like the first time Ellie had to kill someone. And so they kind of flashed back for one whole episode to just kind of tell that story. So it'd be cool if we had one of those episodes here where we like flashbacked, and for one episode we saw like everything that led up to the three of them becoming vampires. That would be really interesting. I'd be down for that.
I will say, I don't think we'll get a full episode of that, seeing that there's only 2 left, and I feel like major stuff's gonna happen in those 2 episodes where we don't have time to do it. No.
But it'd be cool if we, it would be cool if we did.
Yeah, but I would love just like a 5-minute like a mini montage of just that. Like, yeah. Maybe it's like they're all fighting for their lives, and it's like Ramil's watching them all, and like flashbacks to how he like turned them all and met them all, and like, I don't know, something like that. Well, I think would be fun. Anyway, Mekin comes in and starts healing Popong, kicks the vampire off him. Yes. But then Elise comes in with a gun and aims at him. This was a very interesting standoff.
This was great. This is a great scene.
This was a really good scene. I really like this one. Yeah.
Because, like, she hasn't met Mekin, really, like, in a positive setting, so she's not gonna know. Like, she just sees a vampire standing over Pokpong, and she knows that's Punn's brother, who she has to rescue. But he's, like, I think she sees the, like, healing happening. Like, the whoo. She sees that happening. He's like, I'm healing him. I promise. I'm one of the good guys. And I think empathy recognized empathy in that moment, I guess.
Right. And she ends up saying, like, look, I have a car parked in the back. Inside there's holy water that can help Pokpong. Which I think answered the question in that one episode with Maria in the flashback of when they poured the liquid on her arm and it started sizzling. I think that was holy water. I think that's how you cure a vampire bite or scratch or whatever. I think they answered that with this.
I wonder if that is stopping them from turning, do you think?
Maybe. That could be it too. If we're going back to the turning thing, it could be like, oh, if you do, but then you need to like pour holy water on you.
Yeah.
Wait,
like, no. Cut your limb off so you don't become a zombie kind of thing. You know?
But in the painting, Ramil bit Punn and started drinking all his blood.
That's a good point.
And then he died. So I don't think that. I think it's more just like to heal a wound, like a vampire inflicted wound.
But then here's the thing, why didn't Punn get like sick or anything? Like, what would the vampire bite have done that they need to put holy water on it? Like, it didn't do anything to Punn.
I think it cures him like faster. Where like with Punn, he like passed out and like was in like bedridden for a long time, and then Ramil's healing power is what helped him. I think the holy water is what the hunters think is the only way to heal them, not knowing some vampires have healing powers.
I need an episode of like I need a special episode, like a behind the scenes special episode. Okay. Like not like a story one, but like a behind the scenes one where they just like are standing in the cast is standing in front of a whiteboard going, lore, let's teach you guys a lesson on lore, and they just go through all the lore, like, here's what happens to turn a vampire, here's how you don't turn into a vampire, here's how you cure shit, here's how this.
I would love here's that. The tree. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, wouldn't that be sick though? Here's the family tree. Here's fucking everything.
Oh yeah, just answer all our questions by the end. That'd be great.
Please answer all our questions. Please, GMMTV.
So anyway, Mekin does bring Pokpong back to the house, and they start treating him there. And in the Orion upstairs living room place with Jet and Elise, Elise is yelling at him, like, why would you bring him here? What, something bad happened to him? And she's kind of like, well, what does it matter to you? You already handed him over back to the vampires, so.
He literally can't see past his own bias. He can't see past his own past. He's stuck. Like, because you're gonna say that shit, you're gonna be like, oh, like, well, you just handed him over to the vampires, so I hope you're happy. It's like, bro, Punn is with them. He wanted to go home to Punn. He wanted to make sure Punn was okay. You knew that. You were using it to manipulate him. So why the now you're saying, oh, well, you handed him over to the vampires. Like, what the fuck is your issue? Like, he's such a fucking dick.
So you would say that he doesn't like when people think differently from him? Which is exactly what Ramil said about Feratu in the beginning. That he only killed the council because I guess they thought differently from him. Which adds to my theory that Feratu has been like grooming Jet to be this way.
That, or it literally is.
Okay. Okay. Oh my! I can't believe I didn't think. Okay, I didn't think of that.
That's also a point in my favor.
Look, honestly, it helps both of our theories. So you know what?
It's a point in both of our favors, and we'll take it.
Cool.
I love how you were like, Oz, you would say that it is, like he's grooming him. I'm like, did you not see the other side of that coin?
I did not.
He
I
literally
was
could be
like
fucking
just
him.
went over my head. Maybe. I don't know.
Imagine.
I don't know.
Damn, the next 2 episodes are gonna be nuts, bro.
Anyway, then Jet's like, look, if you want to leave like Punn, go ahead and do it. And she does.
It'll be a definite leap and an adjustment for her, but I hope she goes to stay with them. Like, learn about the vampire side of everything. I feel like she could, but I also feel like she'd be like, a little too soon, but I'll work up to it. We'll go to a nice dinner.
Well, I think she doesn't. No, I think she just wants to stop the whole fighting at all. Like, because she says that to Meth. So I think she wants to just leave in general and be like, I'm not a hunter, not a vampire team. I'm just like out doing my own thing. Y'all can fight. I just don't want to be a part of this anymore.
She's like, this is becoming too, like, too much. Like I understand we were like hunting down the vampires before, and that was fine. We were all in our little bubble doing that. But now there's a moral gray area. Now there are people that are just worried about, like, one, their little brother, two, like, the vampires are worried about Punn and his little brother. Like, they seem to be not trying to kill us right now. Right. And I'm not here to try and kill someone who's just worried about this kid. Like, and worried about Punn in general. Like, I'm not here to do that when all they're showing is worry and empathy. That's all they are showing right now. I don't want to kill someone who's not trying to kill me. Like, I think it's finally starting to click for her that, like, this isn't something she can do anymore.
Right.
And justify it.
Yeah. So then Punn's like, you know, he's still worried about Popong, and he goes to Ramil. And we're like, don't worry. Yeah. Like, I already treated him, Mekan treated him. It takes a few hours for him to heal and wake up.
Okay.
And Punn's like, no, but he doesn't deserve to be hurt because of me.
It wasn't because of you. It was because of the bitch that brainwashed him.
But you know, he feels guilty because Popong found his secret lair and stuff, and that's kind of like what led to this.
Yes,
I think.
True, but like,
no, I get what you mean. It's just like, you know, he's like supposed to protect his older brother, his younger brother.
I definitely see where he's coming from as like an older sibling. It'd be like, it's my fault because I started doing this to begin with, and he found the secret lair and all led to this. It's like, yes, you blame yourself, but like, it's definitely not your fault. Right. Like, he could have found your secret lair. You could have walked in the door 2 seconds later and explained everything to him. And yes, he would have been pissed. Maybe he would have run off, but he would have known you were okay, and he wouldn't have been taken on by Jet. Would have been like, he's gonna be he's captured by vampires. He wouldn't have had that leverage. So anything could have gone down. But the fact that this is the way it went down means it's solely Jet's fault.
Yeah. But then Popong comes in, wakes up, and pulls Punn away from Ramil. And he's like, what's going on? I thought you were captured. Ramil's a vampire, right? And he's like, I wasn't captured. And then he's like, well, why didn't you come home? And why didn't you tell me about any of this like crazy shit? Like, do you even think of me as your brother? Believe me? Punn says like, look, just let me explain. And Popong's like, what? Explain to me another lie that you've been doing?
Oh.
And then Mekan and Method show up, and he's like, oh, you guys are vampires too, aren't you? And kind of puts that together.
Maybe.
And then he kind of storms out. Because he's like, look, you can stay with them all you want. I'm leaving. And leaves.
Yeah.
So then Mekan's like, look, I'll deal with this.
I think that's a very good idea, because I feel like when Popong kind of gets into a heated argument, or at least a discussion with Punn, it's easier, because they're siblings, for Popong in general, but for both of them necessarily, to kind of just abandon the subject and just start yelling at each other. Right. Like, it's very easy for them to lose track of what they're even talking about. He gets irrationally upset a lot, which, fair, he's the younger brother, that's gonna happen. But I feel like it's gonna be a lot easier for Mekan to talk to him right now, because he's always been the one who's given him advice on how to talk to Punn. He's been the one who's kind of kept him calm when he's pissed, and made him chill out a little bit. So I feel like that's a great idea to send him after him. He's the only one that can help in this situation, I think.
Right. I agree. I think it makes sense that Mekan's the one who talks to him and like explains everything to him, because it's kind of like the classic, like, if your parent, or in this case older sibling, like tries to talk to you or tell you something, you're just like, no, I don't want to hear it, and like storm off.
Yeah.
But then when literally anyone else explains the exact same thing, you're like, okay, I can actually understand this more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a classic thing in families, and I do think it also helps that Mekan and Mekan has a past with Pokemon.
Yes.
They've had talks before. They've helped each other through their things. Yeah.
They've built the foundation of trust. It's a very natural. I think teenage rebellion is somewhere deep down still inside us. Like I don't think it ever leaves. I don't think it ever leaves. So I think it's only natural that he's. Kiara would know exactly. He's been alive hundreds of years and he's still got it. And so it's only natural that he's not gonna like 100% listen to Punn. He needs someone else to tell him as well what's going down, and then he can kind of it gives him a chance to breathe too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information being thrown at him at once.
Right. And Mekan does explain everything to him. He's like, look, when you were missing, your brother searched high and low for you. And every time you got in trouble for school, or even smoked, he always forgave you.
Yes.
And Pokemon was just mad that everyone treats him like a kid who doesn't need to know everything. And Mekan's like, look, would you have believed him if he told you the truth? And he's like, probably not.
Probably not. Which is what I'm saying. Like, you kept telling him, tell me. But, like, if he did, he knew you wouldn't necessarily believe it. He'd be like, what are you on, drugs? Right. Like, what the fuck?
And then, earlier in this conversation, Popong had smacked the jelly candy out of his hands, and then gives him a new bag he just had in his back pocket.
He had it in his pocket, because he takes them now, too. He just takes them around with him.
I really like that. I thought he was going to give him money to buy a new one, but he actually had, like, just a bag still in his back pocket.
He had a whole nother bag in there. He had it ready. He had it with him when he was training for, like, hunting. He was like, he just kept them on him because it probably made him feel better, which is really cute.
Yeah. So then the next day, Popong and Mekan come in, and Punn and Popong make up. And then the vampires, Ramil, Mekan, and Methus, are talking about Elise and how she's probably in trouble after helping us.
Yeah.
Methus says that the people he sent to watch them said that many of the hunters were injured. But Kiara's group is just as bad, because Jet was able to fight back in time, and that Kiara kind of disappeared after that.
Yeah.
So now he's off alone.
He's in the wind.
Yes. And Ramil realizes that the only way to end this is to deal with Feratu. Because he does believe.
So why don't we fucking go there and look at him?
Oh, okay. Then I think this is the part with the bedridden stuff. Okay, yeah. Mekan says, how do we know for sure that Feratu is really the bedridden priest?
Okay.
So we know he's bedridden. And I said in my reaction, find the bed he's ridden in. Which, again, sounded wrong, and I talked about that. But I'm also like, so they do know he's bedridden.
And if Mekan told them that, if he told them where he's bedridden, I feel like they would have gone by now to, like, check. It's probably not that hard to break into a church, right? Or at least walk in and just kind of, like, sneak your way to the, like, to the wing he's in. Like, I feel like it's not that difficult. I don't think it's a high security facility. Sure, Jet could be there, but, like, that's, like, one single problem in the whole place. Like, we could scout it until Jet's gone. We could go in, look, take a peek. Is it him? Cool. Let's go. Like, I feel like it's not going to be that much of a big deal to go and look.
Yeah, it is weird that Methus knows where he is, and yet is telling Ramil there's only one way to figure it out. You have to go inside his mind. That is weird.
That is weird. It's sus.
And Mekan didn't even know. Because Mekan's like, which way? It is weird.
It's weird. It's very weird. I don't like this. Stress me out.
I don't know. But Ramil says, like, I need to enter Punn's memory and see what really happened in the past. And then Punn is there hearing that, and he's like, great. And he's mad at him. Because he, I guess, lied to him about being able to do that earlier in the breakfast scene or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, and he explains, he's like, look, I lied because it's dangerous, and I didn't want to put you in danger. And Punn's like, if it's the only way to end this, we should do it. We're already in danger now. Like, we're still, like, whether you do that or not, we're still in danger.
Yeah. Fair enough. We're in danger either way. So, would you like to die by a bunch of hunters killing you? Would you like to die by your half brother, or would you like just like which one? You got to pick one, because like that. And should I die with you reading my mind? Honestly, I'd rather that, because then at least I know you're here and you're like, you know, in my brain.
Right.
Like, I honestly, that sounds better than a bunch of hunters and your brother-in-law killing me, or your half-brother, whatever. Like, I feel like I like that better. So like, death is all around each corner. We gotta pick one.
But Ramil still says he doesn't want to because it's too dangerous and doesn't want to risk it. And Punn kind of like leaves mad. But they do spend the night together in bed still. And Ramil's just like staring at him. And Punn kind of rolled over to talk to him. And he's like, if I die, and Ramil's like, no, that's not happening.
Nope, no death. No, thank you.
Yeah.
So you're not even thinking about. He's like, I'm just thinking about the ifs. No, well, too bad. There's no ifs.
Yeah, and Ramil says, if you die, I die along with you.
Yep. I fully expect that. I fully expect him to.
Well, okay, I don't want to expect that, okay? I don't want that to
happen. I don't want it. Again, okay, this is just like what's happening in the scene. I don't want to expect it either. But, like, if. If is the. That's what I'm saying, if. Like, if, then. It's a classic if-then statement in computer coding. If this, then this.
Well, I don't want either of those to happen.
Ramil will. I know, but it's an if-then statement. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But if it does, the option is there.
Anyway, then Punn's like, look, it's normal to be scared. I know you're worried about me. But I'm not scared. Because I know you're worried about me.
Yeah. He's like, one of us needs to be level-headed.
Right, exactly. And then he explains, I only imagine that I died. And you wouldn't be able to fake it. And how would you ever let anything happen to me like that?
Yeah. He's like, because I know you so well and I trust you so well, I know that you wouldn't let anything happen to me, because from what I see in you, you love and trust me so much. So there's no way you're gonna let me die.
Right. You
will fight till the end of the earth to make sure I'm okay. If I'm not waking up, you will go to hell and drag me back up.
Yeah.
Or wherever I end up. I don't know.
Then Punn says, maybe by entering my memory, you could leave something. That leads me to you. Yeah, hang on. This whole statement I need to read because I need to think of what I'm thinking.
I need to analyze that too because I don't think I clocked that.
Oh, I clocked it. I'm like, wait a minute.
I was like looking into it because I was like, is he talking about the dream? Like, what are we talking about? I don't know.
I think he's talking about the dream.
And it transcends time?
I was gonna say it's almost like a time travel situation, but in his memory.
Oh no, my brain.
I know it. Don't. Yeah. If you think about it too much, it does start hurting, but it's fine.
My time travel knowledge can only go so far from what Doctor Who has taught me and ingrained in me since I was 10 years old. So I feel like, I don't know.
I'll keep reading. It's fine.
Yep.
So Punn adds, remember that I told you that I met you before, both in my dreams and my memories.
He saved him from the cupboard. Like, we know that.
Yeah. At first I thought it was a coincidence. But when I found out what your powers could do,
made sense.
I started to think maybe we could decide everything.
What the fuck is going on here?
And Ramil asks, what do you mean? Just like you did. And Punn says, I just think that, besides entering my mind to see if Father Dracul is really your brother, you could also change a lot of things in my life.
I feel like if he changes... Yeah, but there's no way, like, what... Okay, here's the thing. That goes back to my original theory. What if Punn was supposed to die that night? And what if Ramil saved him? Remember that? Remember I had that theory like a few episodes ago when we saw that flashback of Ramil in his dream. I was like, what if he was supposed to die? What if that thing was supposed to fall on him? But Ramil stopped it. What if this is the changed life that we're seeing? What if he was originally supposed to die? And Ramil went in there and noticed that no one was stopping in the fucking cupboard from falling on top of him. Stop it.
But, oh god, I just had a fucked up theory.
Oh god, what's a fucked up theory?
Because this is all his memory, does that mean that everything that's happening in the show is just Punn's memory? And Punn's own mind if he's actually dead? Like, this is like his, like, limbo mind thing?
I'm gonna be pissed off. If this is all a fucking dream to like sing him to
no,
sleep
because
or some
it's
shit.
like you said. If your theory is true, I feel like that's the only way this makes sense. So I don't want your theory to be true. So I'm gonna put your theory to the side because it's only in his memory.
I don't know how it works either. Because okay, when you think about it like that, then he's actually fucking time traveling and not just going in his memory. Because how would his actions in his memory affect the outside world? But then that's because it's like the memories in your mind can be seen throughout your entire life. Like you can see a future memory when you're 6 years old or some shit in your brain, which doesn't make much sense. It's like the memories can time travel, but the people in the memories can't time travel.
What?
I'm trying to use all my Doctor Who knowledge to explain this. Here's the thing. If, let's say this is time travel. Let's say he goes and saves Punn when he was originally supposed to die. Then that brings us to now, but now Punn is alive. So then there would have been no reason to go into his mind to then save him if he's alive here, which then creates a paradox. So that would not work. There'd be a paradox.
But okay, also like time travel, saving a life type thing. Isn't it like save a life, take a life, where it's like you have to keep it balanced? Where if Ramil did save Punn that night, someone else would have had to die.
His half brother, maybe that's how he defeats him. He defeats him in Punn's mind. No, here's the thing. I think that's a thing in some shows, not many that I've seen. I know that if you step on a butterfly, you could change the course of human events. Yeah. I think I've heard save a life, then another life has to go. I've heard that in some things, but I've not heard it in everything. For some reason, I've decided to go by Doctor Who logic, and it's step on a butterfly, change the course of human events. Which is sometimes, oh, this is hard. This is difficult. We don't even know what he's fully gonna do. We know he's gonna, okay, we're gonna get a lot more of an explanation next episode, I think, because now we're just speculating as to what he's even going in to do.
Yeah, let's stop thinking of time travel shit until we watch next episode where we see him enter his mind and we kind of see everything play out.
What the plan is.
And then we can conclude from there.
Because we don't even know, if he's going, if when he goes in he has to save him, or for when he goes in that bad memory happens. We don't even know what's gonna happen. So we need to see that shit first, and then we can come up with our theories.
Unless, okay, wait, hang on. I may have thought of a way to save it, though, real quick.
Okay.
What if instead Ramil puts himself in the mind of Punn's past self in his mind? That's where he started getting the visions of Ramil in the young 13-year-old Punn or whatever. That's when he started all those visions of him, and that's how it led to this moment. So there's no time travel. It's just Ramil put memories of him in Punn's memories in Punn's memories.
So that it could... Jesus fuck. In Punn's memories, in Punn's memories.
Where's the murder board when you need one? Because I need to draw this out.
Yeah, I know. We should have done a fucking murder board. It's like Inception. Yes. It's like a dream within a dream within a dream. Yes. So he puts himself in Punn's memory.
13-year-old Punn's memories by putting it in his memory.
Yes. He pops into current Punn's memory.
Right.
Where he finds 13-year-old Punn and then puts images of him in Punn's memory.
Which leads him to this. So he's not dead. There's no time travel. It's just he inserted a memory into his memory of his memory.
So that fucking hell. So that yes. So that way there are memories or images or whatever of Ramil in 13-year-old Punn's mind, which then leads him to seeing him and being like, "Oh, that's the bitch from my dreams," and then freeze him.
I hope that's the case, because I think that's the best conclusion we came to. Time travel's too confusing, and Punn being dead this whole time would piss me off.
Here's my thing, though. Why is he doing this?
To lead him to this moment. It's everything Punn's saying. Because I think, it's almost like if he doesn't get those memories, this might not have happened.
Oh, okay. It's like, here, I'm gonna fuck with your brain a little bit. Here, it's like...
Alright, more than you have already? Bro.
Yes, I am. There's this Doctor Who episode.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know. There's this Doctor Who episode called, I think it's the Pandora Opens.
Does the name matter in this explanation?
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Move past that.
So what happens? A teeny tiny little backstory. This in the finale of one of the seasons, it gets super confusing because the episode before, the Doctor was trapped in a box called the Pandorica by all his enemies, and he was going to be in there for thousands of years. And then suddenly, in the next episode, we kind of flash back to his friend Amy when she was a kid, and she's like, she keeps getting these letters and these little notes saying like, go to the museum or follow me this way, or like things like that. And she goes to the museum where the Pandorica is, and she kind of touches it and it opens, and her older self is in there, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And it's because she was dead in the past episode, and the only way to save her was to put her in the Pandorica so that because nothing can escape the Pandorica, not even death, so it would save her. And so throughout the episode, you kind of see how she ended up in there, because they're running around this museum and the Doctor puts like a fez on his head and he's holding a mop, and Rory's like, wait. He's like, what? He's like, that's how you looked when you gave me your sonic screwdriver all those years ago and had me open the Pandorica to get you out. He's like, what? He's like, yes, you looked exactly like that. You had the mop, you had a fez on your head. He was like, okay. And so he used his vortex manipulator, which is like cheap and nasty time travel. He traveled 2,000 years previously to go to Rory, who's holding a dead Amy, and is like, hi, sorry, she's not dead. I mean, she is dead right now, but she won't be. So I'm gonna need you to go downstairs. Here's my sonic screwdriver. Go downstairs, open the Pandorica, get me out, put her in. And then he comes back to regular time. He's like, yes. And then he's like, wait, no, now I don't have my sonic screwdriver. Give me a second. And he zooms back and he's like, put my sonic screwdriver in her top pocket in the box. Okay. And then he goes away. And then when he comes back to the present time, he's like, thank you. And he pulls it out of her jacket because now it's there because Rory did it. So do you see what I mean?
No. I'll be completely honest. You said a lot of things I did not understand.
I have been raised to believe the intricacies of time travel, so I understood every fucking minute of that. But
can we just stick with my idea and call it the day until next week when we actually see what happens?
I was trying to remember why I was like going.
I don't know. I'm like, what's the point of this?
What were you saying before this?
I think that Ramil goes into his memory, finds 13-year-old Punn, and puts the memories that he's been having inside 13-year-old Punn's memory inside Ramil's Punn's memory. Because this all leads him to Ramil in the end of his memories. And also, because back in present day in the bed, Punn's like, that way whenever I'm scared or worried, you're always there to comfort me. As a way to like help him as a, growing up. Like, Ramil is like there as a comforting thing, like him in like the bed in the like post-sex dream or whatever, like all that stuff. It's a way to comfort him as well.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
Okay, can we move on now? I'm too confused to talk about this anymore.
I'm just wondering why he's doing it, because like he's already here. Like, it's like, that's why I was talking about it. Is because no, I'll be good this time.
Okay.
That's why I got onto the Doctor Who tangent, because Punn is saying, oh, I have these memories of you, like these visions and thoughts and memories and stuff like that. And Ramil's like, I don't know how those got there. That's weird. But in going into his mind and technically going back in time and changing things or doing things, it affects the present, which is what that original Doctor Who tangent was. He kept going back and changing stuff in the present so he could work and do things.
Right.
So maybe something happens in the present when he's going to be doing this that'll make him have to be like, I have to go back in to his memory. Maybe he's unconscious or something like that. Maybe he's not waking up and maybe shit's going down and he's like, okay, I know what I have to do. I have to go back in and I have to put a memory in Punn's head when he's 13 or something like that in order to fix something that's happening right now. And I don't know what that's going to be, but it's an option. We have to see what happens.
I think Ramil just did it because Punn asked him to.
Fair enough. I agree.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, it's like what Method said earlier. He's down bad. Like, he asks him to do something, he'll probably do it. So, like, I think that's why. It's like
exactly
a way to help him when he's not there. He'll always be in his memory.
Fair enough. I feel like there has to be some kind of motivation. I know the motivation is love. I get that. But, like, there has to be some motivation other than that. Like,
it's to lead him to him in the end, I think, is like.
But I think that that has to be just Ramil thinking, well, then why?
And comfort. It's like you said, because he says, like, whenever I'm scared or whenever I'm alone, you will
But
be
that's
there.
not the reason he's going in. That's not the reason he's going in. So there has to be a reason for him putting the memories in there.
Well, right now he's going in to find Feratu. That's why he's going in now.
He's going in to find Feratu. So why now is he also like, here, let me put my memory in your head? It's probably, I'm thinking it's going to be because he told him in the present time that he has memories in there. And he'll probably be sitting there like holding him after, because we see that he's holding him after he saves him from the box or whatever.
And that's when he put the memories in.
Yeah, that's when he's gonna be like, oh, that must be how you have those memories. Okay, and then here you go for the future or something, like, and puts those memories in there. So I have no idea. That's a theory, but a fucked up theory. But like I just.
Anyway, then Ramil enters his mind, and that's where the episode quote unquote ends. But then we get an end credit scenes.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Anyway, Popon's like, oh my god, he's pacing around, and Meccan's like, don't worry, I'm here in case things go wrong. I can heal him. And Popon kind of like, look, that's not what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to say nothing's bad's gonna happen.
Very good point. Yeah, but if it does, he's equipped.
Yeah, and Methus is just sitting there doing his crossword, and he's like, look, you gotta get used to our powers because odds are you're gonna be a part of our lives for a while. So you might as well get used to it.
I like that we're seeing the family dynamic now. Like everyone's together.
It's really fun. I do
it's
enjoy
really
it. Where
fun.
he's just like, chill, relax. Sitting there doing his little crossword like a fucking 80-year-old man. Despite the fact he's like 500.
I love this little family dynamic. I love it. Everyone's included now. Yeah. Except for Elise, but I think she needs to work her way in there if she's gonna.
Honestly, I think Elise might be better off away from any vampire or hunter related thing.
Yeah.
To this.
I think she needs a fucking break.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what? I'll see you on the sidewalk when we pass each other and we'll nod at each other and that will be good enough for me. I'm gonna go live somewhere else.
So then Meccan brings Popong to sit next to him as they share the grape candy, and Methus gets a text and has to leave to take care of something. And again, he meets Elise, and she gives him documents that she found under Jet's desk, and their receipt and medical bills.
She's kind of their girl on the inside. She helped him with something. That's it. I was hoping she would stay so she could do that, like relay information.
Right. And he asks her, why are you changing your mind and deciding to help me? And she says, I'm tired of loss, and this is probably all I can do to help you. So now you take it from here. I did my part.
Honestly, fair enough, because girl has been, like, killing for this organization because of what happened to her when she was younger for so long that it's been, like, just one elongated trauma dump. Like, she got so traumatized when she was a kid, and the amount of loss that entailed, like, so many kids died there that night, and it probably traumatized her to fuck. And just the fact that her life has been more loss after loss after loss, she's like, I've reached my breaking point. So here you go. Here's the information. I'm a dip.
No, yeah, for sure. And honestly, I don't blame her for doing any of that. I really like and appreciate what she did just with this.
Yep. Fair enough. I would run too.
Anyway, that's where the episode ends.
Yes.
MVP for this episode.
Yes. MVP for this episode. Okay.
There's a couple.
I have. Oh shit. Oh yeah. Wait. Fuck.
Because there's
I was like I have my. Well. I
feel like there were a bunch of different arcs in this episode.
Yeah, they were crossing over each other.
Yeah, but I think
I have a thought
on one.
I think I have two. I have to really narrow it down though.
Yeah. I feel like you'll most likely pick the other one I'm thinking of, so I'll pick this one. Is it Elise and Meccan?
Yes, they're on equal fucking footing.
I was gonna pick Meccan though. That's who I was gonna pick.
Okay, I'll pick Elise then.
Because I like that he helped Pong with his, like, he went with Kiar, even though he didn't want to make sure he was safe, but also was there to help Pong when he was there and help him explain and kind of like be integrated into this whole vampire family clan thing as well. And he was really much there for him when Punn, couldn't be. And so, good for Meccan. Yeah.
Side note, do we know what happened to Kiar?
The last we hear is that Methus said that his people watched a fight. Whoever his people are, I have no idea. But watched a fight. Yeah. A lot of hunters died, but so did a lot of vampires, and Kiar was seen fleeing the scene.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
We know he's alive.
But
we just don't know where he is.
Well, that brings me to Elise then. Elise, yeah, I feel like they were on equal footing for this. It was very hard to choose between them because, and they even had a scene together where they both made really good decisions. So, like, the fact that I was, like, eyeballing her from a good point starting onward, like, girl, you could, I bet we could turn your tides. Come on, 180, please. I feel it. I can feel it in my jellies. And she did. She has been turning a corner, and she saw that it was Pokpong that was I pegged this last episode too. I was like, once she sees that it's Pokpong that is been recruited, she's gonna be like, whoa, fuck no, line. There was a line there. I know that because Punn spoke to me specifically about this. Like, he didn't want his brother involved in any of this. And she kept that word. She did. And she was like, yeah, I'm getting him out of here. Because she could have easily just gone, oh gosh, okay, like, I'm gonna stand over here and, like, not be okay with it. But she actively was like, let's get him the fuck out of here.
Right.
She was like, this has gone too far. And I really appreciate that from her. She is doing her best to help them while still trying to maintain a distance and make sure that she's okay. And I appreciate that.
I do too. I'm really glad she changed.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, bring up your tier list.
Yes, refresh it if you haven't, because I've added them.
I know, I added them.
Okay. Part of me wants to add another tier just for the fucking bit, but I'm not gonna. It was just an annoying fucking laugh, and but Jet's the worst, so I'll leave him down there for now. I feel like C and D didn't change. It's still Jet and the two twins in D. Specifically, the asshole is above Jet, and then man in the chair is above him. And C tier is still Kiar. Because he pissed me off, bro. He still pissed me off. Unless he was B before. I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was C. He's still pissing me off, bro. And he did have a little sliver of like, oh, like I worry about you, but like that's not enough for me to like put him on.
Right.
I need him to act on shit. Above him, I've put our newcomer Feratu because like I don't know, like, I'm so intrigued as to where his character could go, because, like, we're theorizing big this episode that he either is doing all this, or he's not doing fucking any of it. It could very well be Methus doing all of it. So, like, I don't know. He's still a question mark. Unless he, like, we're being led to believe that he did do it. But, what if he didn't? So, like, until we know more, he's in B. He's in the middle. In A, I brought Methus down because I am kind of sus of him now that we've been really talking about it. A little sus. And above him, I have Elise because she skyrocketed up for me. She's making very good decisions. I was waiting for her to, and she did not disappoint me. Thank you, Elise. And S tier didn't move around at all. It's still Pokpong, Mechan, Ramil, and Punn at the top.
Okay.
Although Mechan was fighting to move up again, but I just really love Ramil so much.
So, at my D tier, I just have Jet. He's still down there. Not much from this episode. C is still the twins. Not much from them this episode. I think they're, still both there. B, I put Elise up to B. She was originally, I think, in D. I put her in the middle mainly because right now she kind of is in the middle. Like, she actually is helping the vampire team, but she also isn't. She's also kind of like, I feel like what she wants to do is step back and just let them fight and be like, look, I'm done.
Yeah.
I want someone to put an end to this, but I don't really want to be a part of it, so she's really, like, doing that, which I do respect that.
I feel like last episode she was in the middle. I feel like this episode she's more aligned with the vampires than the hunters. I feel like last episode was middle because she was helping both in a way, kind of. But I think this episode she was more helping the vampires.
She didn't know anything. That's why she wasn't.
She did tell, or at the end of 2 episodes ago, she did tell Punn that they were going, and she knew she wasn't supposed to because Jet looked at her. So she was kind of in the middle in those episodes, and I feel like now she's more aligned with vampires because she's not helping the hunters at all at this point. She was just there whenever they're there, and then she was like, I don't fucking want to do this anymore. So I feel like she is stepping back.
Yeah, I still feel like she's more in the middle, though, for me. So she's still in B.
Okay.
A is Kiara. I moved him down. I do like what we saw of him, like a little like hesitant, like, oh, there's definitely like feelings there. We just need to crack that open and see where that leads us.
Yes. Please crack it open.
On my S tier at the bottom, I have Feratu. Yeah.
Because it's junk.
Listen. It's like the Thua effect, where I was so taking a shot in the dark, and I was right, and the fact that he proved me right, therefore he gets major points in my book.
Nothing is going to be as iconic as the Thule effect of like you being right about that one fucking
I know,
scene.
but
like,
this is like a close second, I think, of me predicting a random GMM actor was in the show. So he's there. Plus, I mean, if he is the big bad of the show, that's pretty cool. If he's not and he's been manipulated by Methus, that's also really interesting. So he's still high up regardless of where this goes. So I'm cool with him. Above him, I have Popong. He I think is still pretty there. He's like, I like the fact he came over to the good side now. Kind of got over his issues with Punn.
Yeah.
Above him is Mekin for helping Popong get over his issues with Punn. Above him is Methus because he was he was going out and getting the info from Elise. He was actually the one doing it.
The question is why.
The question is why.
Yes.
And that might, I don't know where he would go if the answer is.
Yeah, I know. Like, where the fuck are you gonna go? It honestly, it depends on my mood that day, probably. Of if I'm like, gonna be like, yes, this is a great twist, or you fucking bitch, I wanted them to end up happy, and one of them's dead because of you.
I don't know where he'll go, but he will definitely be shooken somewhere, high or low. I don't know, but
yep.
And then above him, I have Punn still. Punn's still there. I like the fact he was willing, like his talk at the end, even though it led us on a huge tangent that I still don't understand fully. I like that little dialogue he had of him wanting to Ramil to put memories in his head of him, so he'll always like remember him, or will always remember him and stuff. And then I put Ramil at the top because I like the fact he didn't want to use his powers on Punn.
Yeah.
And
fair enough.
He was worried about him the whole time, and he still is. Like, he's still worried and has.
He always will be.
But knows that it might be the only way for them to live a peaceful, happy life is if he does this.
Yeah. Because it's not going to be peaceful until this whole thing is over, which he knows this is the one way to move forward with that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's my tier list so far.
Yay.
Anyway.
It's penultimate next week.
Next week, penultimate. I'm assuming we're finally going to learn what happened that night.
Yes, please. Everything from top to bottom. I want to know.
Yes. Whether it's going to be the whole episode, part of an episode, half of the episode, I have no idea. But we're definitely going to get some answers next week.
We've got to. We have to.
And yeah. So I guess that was our recap of Revamp The Undead Story, episode 8.
Yeah.
Join us next week where we will be recapping Revamp The Undead Story, episode 9.
Yeah.
Yes, so we will see you all then.
See you then.
Bye, everyone.